Have you watched a bunch of videos on how to kick and in all of them you've heard these phrases? They're all true and I use them too, but it's very easy to misunderstand them and take them too literally. So in this video, we're gonna get this all straightened out and as clear as a beautiful summer sky. When you hear the phrase kick from the hip, what you may think is like, okay, I hear you, but how exactly? So when instructors tell you to kick from the hip, they want you to engage the entire leg and not just from the knees down. A lot of beginner people kick from the knee and that's just not gonna move you forward. So how to tell that you're kicking from the knee? Your leg is bending 90 degrees, your feet are coming towards your hips, and your quads are not moving. Why is this kick not going to move you forward? When feet move towards your hips and away, you are directing the force back and forth, and that pretty much cancels itself out. On top of that, you are breaking the streamline by this huge knee bend, which creates useless resistance. On the opposite side of the scale, if you lock your knees completely so that your legs are fully straight, your quads, yes, they are moving, but because there is no knee bend, you're not generating the force, the propulsion forward. So that knee bend is very much necessary, but it gets bad if you overdo it. So the proper kick from the hip is something in between. The entire leg is working, quads included. Slight knee bend, 120 degrees, no more than that. And the feet, they're not coming towards your hips, they are moving up and down. Number 2, point your toes. So what you may think, ballerina toes, got it. But no, instructors tell you to point your toes so that you avoid flexing your feet. But in reality, your toes shouldn't be pointed and your feet shouldn't be flexed. They should be in a natural position to maximize the surface area of your foot and to keep the ankles loose. Flexed feet are the absolute worst enemy in freestyle kicking, so that's why you so often hear to point your toes. When you have your feet flexed, instead of having all the surface area that would move the water, you have only this much. In fact, if you try really hard and kick with your feet flexed, you might actually go backwards. If you have your toes pointed like ballerina, well, yes, you have all that surface area that would be displacing the water. Look what happens with the ankles. They get so stiff, they're not able to generate the whip, the propulsion. And that links us to our next common phrase, keep your ankles loose. What do loose ankles look like? If you have your feet and you flex your feet, tension in your ankle appears. If you have your foot and you point your toes, tension in your ankles appears. If your ankles are too stiff, you're not gonna generate the force forward. So there shouldn't be any tension. Relax your foot. Focus on creating the whip that's going to push you forward. Number 4, small and fast kicks. How small is small and how fast is fast? Here, instructors want you to avoid doing very large kicks because those very large kicks create a lot of drag, which makes it hard for you to move forward, and it's harder for you to keep up the speed of your kicks. And doing just one kick per 5 seconds is not going to do a thing. However, if you do very tiny kicks, yes, you're not going to be creating a lot of drag, but you're also not displacing much water to move forward. So find something in between. For starters, try to stick with the pace 1 to 1.5 kicks per second. This is a slow down 1-second clip for my kick. If you focus on this leg, here we have 1 full kick both up and down and half of the second kick down only. But you might have to try a couple of times, different speeds and different sizes, figure out what works for you. But something that might help you right away is instead of thinking small and fast kicks, think strong and fast kicks, and that's going to get you much further. Number 5, engage your core while kicking. Does it mean you have to flex your abs the entire time? No, all it means is don't be a wobbly noodle. If you watched any of my previous videos, you know how important body position is in swimming. Your core is there to stabilize you so that you swim in a straight line and your legs are on top of the water. It's not about flexing your abs, but rather bracing your core as if you were doing a plank. So a tight squeeze is okay. How to do it? So you might already be doing it without noticing. If your body position is good, your legs are on top of the water and you swim in a straight line, don't worry about it. But if your legs are slightly sinking or if you feel a lot of balance when you swim freestyle, try being as tall as possible in the water, slightly squeeze your core. Think about swimming as one piece in a straight line. And last but not least, kick both up and down. What is that all about? If you're a beginner, I wouldn't particularly worry about this one, but I'll tell you so that you're aware. It's very intuitive to add power to kicking down and engaging the quads, but we often forget to add power to kicking up to engage the hamstrings. I don't even focus on this half the time, but it's just something to be aware of if you want your kick to be extra powerful. And that brings us to the end of this video. If you'd like to stay ahead, consider subscribing. If you found this video helpful, you might also like my other video on freestyle mistakes. I'm so glad that we managed to get through all these confusing phrases together. Let me know if all the doubts and clouds have cleared up and if there's anything else you need help with, and I'll see you in the next video.